तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्वोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ So verse 19. सत्त्वांशैः पञ्चभिस्तेषाम् क्रमादिन्द्रियपञ्चकम् श्रोत्रत्वगक्षिरसन घ्राणाख्यम् उपजायते तैरन्तःकरणं सर्वैः वृत्तिभेदेन तद्विदा मनोविमर्शरूपं स्यात् बुद्धिः स्यान्निश्चयात्मिका. So we are seeing the creation now, because Jiva is, Prakriti. Prakriti is divided into actually three, but they are divided into two first. That is Sattvamsha, Sattva Pradhana Prakriti and Raja Pradhana Prakriti. And then Sattva Pradhana Prakriti, which is called Maya, Brahman identifying with that or getting reflected into that, becomes Ishvara, creator. And Brahman identifying with the Raja Pradhana Prakriti or Karana Shariram. He becomes means as though. He doesn't become, as though becomes Jiva. So because Upadhi, dharmas of the Upadhi are definitely looked into the dharmi itself. And therefore, that is how Brahman is now looked upon as a Jiva, creature. And and with the Maya Upadhi, the same Brahman becomes the creator. So creator and creature, two things are there. Now what is required is creation. For Jiva's Punya Papa, there has to be exhausted. And therefore they are infinite, But to exhaust partially from the Sanchita, so definitely creation has to be there. And for creation body is required for a Jiva, where he resides and enjoys this or experiences pleasure and pain, and requires Vishaya also. So the other creation also is required. And therefore, basically, Jiva's body, both the bodies have to be created. He is identified with the Karana Shariram, right? And that is called Avidya, and that's why he is called Jiva. And Karana Shariram are many because of many Sanchitas and etc., many karmas, varieties of the karmas, etc. So this is how the creation has gone. And we have also seen the creation of this Jnanendriyas. All these five sense organs, how they are created from the Sattvamsha of five elements, we have seen that. Now, with this Taihi Antakaran, now creation of Antakaran. Taihi Antakaranam Sarvavrutti Bhedena Tadvidha Taihi sarvaihi. Sarvaihi, taihi means this sattvamshaihi. From the sattvamsha of all the five elements, antakaranam upajayate. This antakaranam is born. Tad antakaranam vritti bhedena dvida bhavati. Oh, we have, yeah, that's correct. We have seen this verse or not, I don't know, but anyway, let's continue. So, so sarva vritti bhedena tad dvida bhavati. Vritti bhedena dvida bhavati means basically it is, vritti means pravritti. Pravritti bhedena dvida. Vritti, the word vritti has a several meaning. I mean, vritti, one meaning of vritti is livelihood. Another vritti is our vritti, thought. Third vritti means a function, pravritti. Fourth vritti means shabdasya arthabodhana prakaraha. I have told you that while discussing lakshana, I have given this definition. Shabdasya arthabodhana prakaraha vrittihi. So method by which a word reveals a meaning, lakshana vritti, and then gauni vritti, etc., etc. So there are four meanings, but here vritti means a pravritti. Because of the vritti, because of the pravritti, the same antakaranam dvida bhavati is twofold. Is known as twofold. So one antakaranam is called twofold, or one antakaranam is called by two names, and both the names are functional names. That's all. Vritti bhedena, pravritti bhedena. So because of the different function, same antakaranam performs one kind of function, it is called mind. And then it is perform a different kind of function, it's called buddhi, intellect. Like that, it has been told. So manaha vimarsha rupam syat. Manaha vimarsha rupam. Vimarsha rupam means antakaranam is inner organ, by the way. And bahishkaranam means this outer organ. All the senses are called bahishkaranam. Karanani, bahishkaranani. And antakaranam is antaha. Antaha means inside. So it's also organ, it's an instrument, but it is inside. And it says, mano vimarsha rupam syat. Vimarsha means samshaya. It's a doubting faculty. So, sankalpa vikalpa atmakam manaha. So, so this is flower, if you say. This is flower. Then definitely, it's a rose. That's a decision. Immediately, that is called sankalpa. Then a question arises. Is it a real rose? That's called vikalpa. So, sankalpa vikalpa. So, whatever mind decides, a doubt arises for that decision. Then you should understand it's a function of mind. A decision arises, mind decides something and there is no doubt against it. It's buddhi. That's all. This is how we have to see. So, mind decides something, and definitely a doubt arises against that decision, then it is mind. So that's called manaha, sankalpa vikalpa. And other thing is buddhi syat nishchayatmika, that we have already seen in this Tattvabodha, everything. But anyway, this is how. So it's a rose. Is it a rose? Yeah, it's a rose. Is it a real rose? Yeah, it's a real rose. But it doesn't look like it. Nowadays, plastic roses are available, which appear exactly like that. So maybe I think that may be an artificial rose. No. It looks very real, I think some fragrance is coming. Now there are fragrant flowers also available. So this goes on. So mind decides something and a doubt arises against it. That's all. This is called mind. Vimarsha rupam. This is called vimarsha. Vimarsha means samshaya, doubting faculty. And buddhi nishchayatmika. And so nishchayatmika, that one and ultimately decides. So this is how the one antakaranam, the inner organ, is by default, because of the two different functions, is given name. Two different names are given to it. Like one person is given called a householder, and that same person is called a general manager also, because of her different functions. Same person, same. Let's go to now verse 21. Rajomshaih panchabhistesham kramat karmendriyani tu vakpani padapayuks वाक्पाणिपादपायुपस्था अभिधानानि जग्निरे. So Rajomshaihi Tesham means Bhutanam, Samashti Bhutanam or Sukshma Bhutanam rather. Tesham means Sukshma Bhutanam, from this all the subtle elements which have come out of which Prakriti? Tamah Pradhana Prakriti. Right? Tamah Pradhana Prakriti, from that so this is from that the six subtle elements are born. And the Rajasic Amsha, Rajasic part of those subtle elements, and Tesham Rajomshaihi Panchabihi, there are 5. Kramat, in a respective order, Karmendriyani tu Ajayanta Jagnire, you have to add everywhere. Karmendriyani means this organs of action, 5 organs of action are born. What are their names? Abhidhanani, their names are this: Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upastha. And Vak, so Kramat, it has been told in a respective order. So definitely Vak is born from Akasha, because a respective order of elements is what? Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jalam and Prithvi. So same way you have to take into that way. So Vak means it is born of the Rajasamsha of a subtle element of Akasha. Subtle element called Akasha. And then Pani means a hand. This is not the hand, this is a golakam. This is actually the house of the hand. So this is a house of the hand, and therefore here it stays. And that is how this hand remains as it is. But you won't have the holding capacity. So you should understand the Indriya has lost his power. And therefore basically, so here Pani means Hastendriyam. This is a part of the gross body. We are talking about the subtle body. So Pani means Hastendriyam. It is born of a Rajasamsha of a Vayu. Padam, it is born of a Rajasamsha of a Agni. Then Payu and Upastha. Here I have my own doubt, but anyway I am telling you whatever it is, because it has been told in respective order. I have checked with other book and I found some discrepancy, but I will tell you this. Payu means organ of excretion, etc. And so, well, it is born of a Rajasamsha of a Jalam, it has been told. Looks little, in other books it is born of, Payu is born of the Rajasamsha of a Prithvi, and Upastha, organ of procreation, well, it is born of the Rajasamsha of a Jalam. But let's take it whatever the way they have told here. But anyway, some of the acharyas have defined little differently. So these are the 5 organs of action which are born of the Rajasamsha of the subtle elements. In turn, the subtle elements are born of the Tamapradhana Prakriti. And so this is how the whole thing is. Tamapradhana Prakriti cannot, give this intelligent creation. And therefore, definitely, Ishvara must be there. That's how we have seen, on Saturday that Ishvara Agneya. So with the blessing of intelligent principle, well, definitely this Tamapradhana Prakriti, which is inert basically, it gives rise to this intelligent creation. Everywhere you will see the precipitation of intelligence. And therefore, if you see even a pot, well, you find it's an intelligent creation, and therefore a conscious being must be involved, whose intelligence has been utilized for that. So which is called Nimitta Karanam, etc. And therefore, without Ishvara Agnya, without the blessing of Ishvara, it cannot be, the creation cannot be so intelligent. It will be haphazard creation. So a body is a body, right? Instead, it could be a heap of all elements put together. Well, that is not intelligent creation. So intelligent creation means put together intelligently. This is how mithya we define. Actually, morning I did not tell you, but then this is how we define. Put together all the limbs, but intelligently. We call it mithya. That is how in Tattva Bodha we have defined. So you are saying everywhere Tattva Bodha, but we have done it. So you can see in there. If you want a particular page number, etc., in Swamiji's book, I will tell you that also, where we have defined mithya. That also I will. Anyway, I will tell you tomorrow. So this is how. So from the Rajasamsha, all these things are born. So they are abhidhanani. They are the names of this all these organs of action, vak, vagindriya, etc., etc. Now there is a very interesting thing which I would like to share with you is, see, according to Shastra and medical science, you know that the biggest organ in the body is considered tvak, the skin. And all other sense organs, eyes, nose, ears, etc., and tongue, all are located in the head. And skin is all over the body, all pervading, except hair and nail. We don't accept that the skin is pervading. Even it looks like there is a, when you touch the nail, you feel the touch, and therefore it should be there. But generally say, an outside and inside, both. This particular indriyam has been given, which is all pervading. That's the skin, tvagindriyam. Because it's also very intelligently designed. Because if through that you come to know the different type of touch, types of touch, and that helps you for a self-defense. It's a self-defense mechanism. And thereby for that purpose it has been given, and you can realize when the person gets a gangrene, and he loses the sense of touch, and he loses the leg also. So he loses the leg. That is the thing, and therefore it is very important that this particular organ has been given inside, outside, everywhere. Inside also you have a burning sensation, this etc. I will come to know. So this is how this has this has been described like this. And Vichar Sagaram, Nishchal Das ji gives a little difference in this, the sense organ of touch, and which is present in tongue also, right? So in tongue, when one tastes something, the tongue part, that is rasa, the rasanendriya comes to the play. And when you feel some hot or cold, etc., then tvagindriya comes to play. There are two indriyas in that. In fact, there are three. There are three, not two. And what is third? What is third? I am able to speak, right? So it generally, so that is, see, you can understand here we have discussed just a few minutes before. Vagindriya is born. Vagindriya is born, that is a karmendriya. So karmendriya also is there. That's on the tongue works as a karmendriya also, vagindriya, and tongue works as a rasanendriya, organ of taste. Tongue works as even tvagindriya, right? So basically this is how it is. So definitely it's a skin part which senses the heat of the coffee, and it is the tongue part which tastes the coffee, and therefore whether it is sweet or whatever. So that is how this has been described. Anyway, now let's go ahead. Nothing much to discuss in this. So now verse 22. Tais sarvais sahitais pranaha vritti bhedat sapanchadha pranopanas samanascha udanavyanau cha te punaha. Taihi sarvaihi sahitaihi means rajomshaihi. We are right now discussing this rajasamsha of the five elements. So from this rajasamsha of the five elements, pranaha sahitaihi means together. So all rajasamsha of all the rajasamsha of all the five elements, when they combine together, they give rise to pranaha. They give rise to this prana. Sah pranaha vritti bhedat panchadha bhavati. That prana is a panchadha, panchaprakaraha. So the sah pranaha, that prana is vritti bhedat, again pravritti bhedat, depending upon the function, there it is considered fivefold. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, etc., etc. And so this is how the fivefold pranas are born. Basically one prana, born of the rajasamsha of all the five elements. In turn, this subtle elements which are born of the prakriti, tamah pradhana prakriti. So this is how the creation goes on here. So vritti bhedat, pravritti bhedat, well, so prana is basically respiratory system, apana is a excretory system, samana digestive system, udana reversing system, vyana circulatory system. But here also the intelligence is there, very much. You can imagine, prana and udana, so udana is a reversing system. Reversing system means what? What is responsible for the life is a natural thing. That is because of the prana. Once prana enters in form of breath, then all the function starts and the life is sustained. And udana means a reversing system. Reversing system means when the life wants to end. That's all. When prarabdha wants to end. And it has, so udana has to function only once or only sometime. Otherwise, what is going, you take food, right? Let's say you take food. So it goes in and it has to get digested and sustain your body, etc. And suppose udana works immediately, then what happens? It comes out. So what you call here in America, what do you call throw? Throw? What do you say? Throw. When somebody came into Ahmedabad and our own, from our own family, somebody came, like, for Swamiji's Shibir. And she was shouting, he threw, and I could not understand. And for me, I just could not understand what she wants to convey. But anyway, but later I picked up the word that he was vomiting, etc. I mean, so it's a reverse system, and it has to work only once, when the prarabdha is over, or else when the life is in danger, either. Well, udana is a clock. That's what Pujya Swamiji calls it as a tick-tick. It's a clock. And that udana is, so long as udana is there, I mean the life continues. Because the prana gets associated with this body. That is the life. When prana leaves, the life goes away. And therefore, so far the udana is there, the life will be there. And definitely whenever the life is in danger, udana comes to rescue again, reverses. So some kind of a poison or something person has taken, immediately he vomits. And so basically any toxin when it has gone into body, it immediately does that. So udgira karanam udanam. So this prana, udgira karanam, it's a reversing system. And now Sukshma Sharira along with the Chidabhasa called Jiva, his punyas are over, punya papa both are over, because a lot of things he has faced here entering into the body. And then he wants to now go, then Udana Shakti gets ready. And when Udana Shakti gets ready means, it wants to take off. Taking all the things, it has to go with so much of load. And therefore, all other pranas have to automatically become weak. Then only it gets a Shakti for takeoff. Like our plane takeoff, they say even the lights they switch off, everything they switch off for a takeoff. Same way, Udana also is a takeoff for the Jiva to go out of the body. And definitely, the other all pranas have to become weak, and therefore digestion becomes weak. One has to understand, when digestion becomes weak and other things, circulations become weak. Swamiji, blood does not reach to the brain, we have just shown to the doctor, etc. etc. I don't know what does it mean. Blood does not reach to the brain means what? I don't know. Whether the flow is less or what, I don't know. So when Vyana does not function properly, Samana does not function properly, then you should understand the Udana is now, collecting the energy for a takeoff. It is getting ready to go off. And at the moment of going out, well, definitely all other pranas, Shakti, combine to the Udana. Anyway, so this is how Udana becomes stronger by this way and goes out. Along with how many things go out, Karana Shariram is there. Karana Shariram is not somewhere sitting. People feel that Karana Shariram is somewhere. Karana Shariram is here. All Avyaktam is here. And definitely, and Sukshma Sharira is here. So Karana Shariram is all his Vasana, Sanchita, everything. It's a big baggage, so much. And the Sukshma Sharira and the Chidabhasa. All big baggage the Udana picks up and goes out of this physical body. Anyway, let's go to verse 23. Buddhi karmendriya prana panchakair manasa shariram saptadashavihi sukshmam tallingamuchyate. Now he tells this, about Sukshma Sharira, how many total, but how all the things are born, Pancha Jnanendriyani, Pancha Karmendriyani, Pancha Pranaha and mind, right? Which is twofold. All these things, how they are born, from which Amsha, etc., everything has been told. Basically two things. Only Sattva Amsha of all the 5 elements, subtle elements, and Rajas Amsha of the 5 subtle elements. Sattva Amsha of the all 5 elements, subtle elements, gives rise to Antakaranam and sense organ. Rajas Amsha of the 5 subtle elements give rise to prana and organ of action. So this is what this is what the Sukshma Sharira is. So now he is telling that Sukshma Sharira is called Linga Sharira. That's what he says here. Buddhi karmendriya prana panchakaihi manasa dhiya. See, this, you can understand this in Tattvabodha. We have so many, it's in a prose form, right? And therefore, basically, it was, being a prose form, that author of a Tattvabodha has a lot of liberty to describe the things. Here in Pancadasi, basically everything in verse form. And so it has to match with the meter of that verse. And therefore, he has to fit all the words into a given verse. So that is how here Vidyaranya shows his skill, how he is. So you can understand Buddhi. Buddhi means all Jnanendriyani, sense organs. Karmendriya, all the 5 organ of actions. Prana Panchakaihi. Panchaka basically is a group of 5. The Prana Panchakaihi means all the 5 pranas. Manasa means mind. Dhiya, intellect. So Manasa, Dhiya, and you have to write there Saha. Saha. Because all these are, in a third case. You can understand that. Manasa, Dhiya, Panchakaihi, etc., etc. So Buddhi Panchakam, Karmendriya Panchakam, Prana Panchakam. Could you follow? So we have to connect like this. So Buddhi Panchakam means 5 sense organs. Karmendriya Panchakam, 5 organs of action. Prana Panchakam, 5 pranas. And that is 15. And Manasa, mind, and Dhiya, the intellect. Total 17 elements. And of course, in Mandukya it has been told 19, right? Ekona Vimshati Mukhaha, Ekona Vimshati. Ek Una. Vimshati means 20. Eka Una. Eka Una means less. Unam means less. Eka. So 20 minus 1. So Ekona Vimshati Mukhaha, etc. There it has been described, this Sukshma Sharira, as 19 elements. You can understand why 19. I have not to tell you. Mind and intellect are there, and other 2 things are left over. What are the 2 things? That one is ego and other is Chittam, right? And therefore, basically Ahankara and Chittam are left over. They are included. Whenever Buddhi is there, and of course Ahankara has not been mentioned, you have to include Ahankara into Buddhi. And Chittam has to be included in mind. That's how they generally do. So anyway, so Manasa, Dhiya, Saha. What I was talking is, you have to write Saha. Saha means along with. Along with this. All Shariram Saptadashabihi. Well, so Manasa, Dhiya, Saha, Saptadashabihi, Sukshma Shariram Bhavati. Along with this 17 constituents, Sukshma Shariram, the subtle body is born, which is called Linga Shariram, etc. has been told. Now, I would like to tell you one point. Say, when Trutiya Vibhakti is used, it is generally in the sense of instrument. Aham hastena tadayami. I beat the person with the hand. So, this is an instrument for beating. For the kriya, for the action of beating, this is a hand. Hand is an instrument. Hastena, ramena. It is a Trutiya Vibhakti. This much you can understand. So that Tritiya generally is a Karanarthi. It is in the sense of Karanam, instrument. But here also Tritiya Vibhakti is used. But that is called Saharthe Tritiya. Saharthe means whenever you want to say, well, along with. Like I will give you an example. Ramaha Lakshmanena Saha Vanam Gacchati. You can understand this. Rama goes along with Lakshmana. Here also Tritiya Vibhakti. So Tritiya Vibhakti has several usages. Tritiya Vibhakti is used in the sense of to indicate even a cause, or to indicate instrument, or to indicate Saharthe means to something goes along with. For that also Tritiya Vibhakti is used. Anyway, so Ramaha Sitaya Saha Vanam Gacchati, etc. Rama goes along with the Sita. So for that also this is a Saharthe Tritiya. So Manasa, along with the mind and Buddhi, all these 15, that is, Jnanendriyani, Karmendriyani and Pranas, 15, along with the mind and Buddhi, all are Saptadashabhi, means along with all these 17 constituents, encompassing all these 17 constituents, Sukshma Shariram,